Indian Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju shining the spotlight on what the Bharatiya Janata Party is calling a link between a foundation that is funded by Sonia-Soros and his organization and Sonia Gandhi. What is this foundation that the BJP is talking about to claim this link? Over the last few days, it's the BJP that is stepping up the pressure on the Congress party, making claims about the Congress party's association with organizations that are inimical to the country's interests. Now, earlier, you only saw how that controversy exploded with MPs, raising the issue in Parliament, seeing a pattern behind the constant Parliament disruptions to forces outside the country who are actually sponsoring it. These are the charges of the BJP. And now the BJP is talking about an organization called the Forum of Democratic Political Leaders in the Asia Pacific, which is also FDL-AP. As per the Bharatiya Janata Party, they say that this is a forum which was formed in the year 1994, and Sonia Gandhi was a co-president of this forum. And this is a forum that gets funds from Soros' foundation, which is the Soros Foundation. And that's how the BJP is asking. And this is also an organization which in the past has in fact batted for Kashmir's Azadi. Now, the BJP is asking, how is it that there are organizations which the Congress has links with, and these are the organizations that have always worked against the sovereignty of the country. To get us more on the same, let me go across to Mohit Bhatt, who's joining us. Mohit, after alleging a link between the Congress party and Soros' Open Society and also OCCRP last week, after seeing a pattern between the disruptions in Parliament, now the Bharatiya Janata Party is raising questions over what they are calling a link between a foundation that is funded by Soros and Sonia Gandhi. Take us through details of this fresh revelation that the BJP is now highlighting.
Well, you see, it's a massive charge that has come from the BJP, and none other than the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has come out and he has addressed a press conference. Now, Kiren Rijiju in his press conference particularly stated that in Parliament you can raise various issues. There are issues on which the Treasury Bench, that is the government and the opposition, differ. But when it comes to the national security, when it comes to the foreign powers who are trying to stop the India's growth, who are trying to attack India, who are funding the powers which are anti-India, every single party needs to come together. So that is a strong message that has come from the BJP. Now, the BJP has said that there are links coming out of the top leadership with the Soros organization, and the BJP has been saying this for a long time. This is nothing new. They have been saying this for a long time, and various press conferences have been conducted by the BJP saying that Soros and his foundation, they act as a deep state and they always work against the interest of the India. Now, we know for a fact that how the BJP has always been claiming that India's growth story is something which is incredible, and this particular organization of Soros, it always attacks India's growth stories and it has always been against India. Now the BJP has come out and they say there are revelations that have come out in the report, and they have quoted the report saying that there are links of the top leadership of the Congress party with the Soros organizations, and the BJP says that this needs to be discussed. Now the BJP has also stated that there are certain issues on which the opposition will surely differ with the government, but when it comes to national interest, when it comes to foreign power who are trying to destabilize our economy, who are acting against India, every single person needs to be together. Now, it's a very tactical ploy by the BJP also. Before the session of the Parliament, they have given out a clear message that we want to have a discussion on Soros. When Kiren Rijiju was asked this particular question,
stay with us, because as you point at the allegations being made by the Bharatiya Janata Party, let me also take this across to Amita, who's joining us in the newsroom. Over the last few days, Amita, we've been seeing... before I come to you, Amita, we have Udit Raj of the Congress party joining us. Mr. Udit Raj, good morning. The BJP now is raising questions on purported links between the Congress party and foundations linked to Soros. How do you respond to the allegations that the BJP is making?
See, first of all, Soros is a businessman and he is not of any criminal nature, nor he has harmed India, nor he has encouraged Indian territories. What happened that China encroached our land, and PM Modi has accepted a donation from Chinese company. Who is a traitor? Tell me.
No, but Mr. Udit Raj, here you seem to be...
Why BJP? I know you will talk on behalf of BJP, but BJP should explain. When, of course, we don't consider China an enemy. Of course, we want to have a good relationship with all other countries. It was Mr. Modi who said that local
Mr.
for
Udit Raj,
local.
I asked you a specific question on the allegations that are coming in. One, the Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming and is talking about alleged links between some groups backed by the Congress Party and also George Soros' foundations. Do you admit that there is a link?
China. Have you raised any question about Adani link with the Chinese businessmen? Who have a guts to ask that?
Mr. Udit Raj, why aren't you answering specific questions that are being raised on a purported link between it? It almost seems like there is an admission that yes, there is a link. That is why there is this kind of whataboutery happening. All the conversations around Adani, the protests that the opposition is doing, the Bharatiya Janata Party is responding to the allegations. But now when there are some specific questions being asked, if there is a link, as claimed by the BJP, how is the Congress Party deciding to counter those allegations that are coming from the BJP?
Prime Minister Adani also getting the financial support from them. You will never ask that question. Such a cowardice people you are.
Okay.
Ask that question also.
So it's very easy to target the media because here there are questions being highlighted on a link between George Soros, that is the BJP that's raising it in Parliament. If the media asks you questions on that, you train guns at the media and the media has gotten used to it. But, the Congress Party not clearly taking a stand or not responding to specific charges also goes on to raise further questions. Thank you so much, Mr. Udit Raj, for joining us this morning. We also have Mr. Rashid Alvi of the Congress Party joining us. Mr. Rashid Alvi, I'm sure you heard what the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju, said. Now the BJP has been raising questions and has been pointing at purported links between foundations linked to George Soros and the Congress Party. How do you respond to the allegations made by the BJP? Okay, now let me take this across to Amita. Specific question asked on is there a link between foundations linked to George Soros and the Congress Party? This is a question that MPs are highlighting. This is an issue that central ministers are raising. But how is the BJP drawing these parallels? How are they connecting these dots? What are the organizations they are pointing at, Amita? If you could take us through the allegations made by the BJP.
Well, Sagarika, good morning. No clear questions, the answers to those questions coming in from the Congress's side. But let's put forward when it comes to the questions that have been raised by the union ministers and the BJP in particular, because this is a long thread where the BJP on its own has been underlining a connection between the Congress Party, George Soros, implying their shared goal of diminishing India's growth. Sonia Gandhi, as the co-president of the FDL App Foundation, is linked to an organization financed by the George Soros Foundation. Notably, the FDL AP Foundation has expressed their views that they treat Kashmir as a separate entity. This association between Sonia Gandhi and the organization has backed the idea of Kashmir as an independent nation, expressing the influence of foreign entities on India's internal affairs and the political impact of such connections. And it continues. As far as in detail, this is what the BJP has said, that Sonia Gandhi's chairmanship of the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation.
I apologize to interject because we have Tom Vadakkan of the BJP joining us on the phone line as you bring us those details. Mr. Vadakkan, the Congress Party and the opposition accuses you of using a deflection strategy in the parliament because the opposition is countering you on the issue of Adani, on the issue of Manipur, and that is why now you are trying to connect dots between George Soros linked foundations and the Congress Party. That's how the Congress is responding to your charges.
Well, it's interesting to note that the Congress is reacting in the first place because these skeletons in the cupboard have been rolling out, and whether it is Adani or Manipur, the link is very clear. So I don't want to go into details. The investigation is on because the fingerprints are all over the place. Under that circumstances, I think Congress Party must restrain itself from making weird charges against the government of India, because this is about the growth story of India. and trying to demean the growth story of India, I think is what you call anti-national. I don't want to use stronger words. And if the Congress party thinks by doing this, by indulging in this activity, they can have a regime change, they can forget it, because the people of India are not going to let them do that. And they have sent this message across during the elections.
Okay.
And the results finally that came in. So let the Congress party restrain itself and repent from doing all this kind of activities.
But the Congress and the other leaders of the opposition say that you suddenly bring up an issue, where you talk about links between the Congress party, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, and organizations linked to George Soros and the Soros Foundation because you don't want to answer questions on Manipur or on Adani.
We have all the answers, and I said the footprints of the Congress party is visible in the Soros connection, whether it be Manipur or the other Adani issue. So we are in no doubt that the growth story has to be destroyed. The stability of India should be destroyed.
Okay.
An attempt was being made at regime change, and the people of India will not submit to these kind of foreign interference or foreign trying to influence the Indian electorate.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Vadakkan, for joining in with your views. Let me once again take this back to Amita, who's been explaining to us the allegations that are coming in from the BJP. This time, Amita, they're talking about one foundation, and they've named Sonia Gandhi, and they're questioning. The BJP now is questioning a link between George Soros Link Foundation and a foundation that Sonia Gandhi was possibly once linked with. What is this organization that the BJP is now talking about?
Right. As continuing with what I was talking about, because this is what the BJP has said, and according to that, they have placed certain points and list as well, saying that Sonia Gandhi's chairmanship of the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation led to a partnership with George Soros' foundation, displaying the influence of foreign funding in Indian organizations. As far as this has all been pointed out, when it comes to Salil Shetty as well, and the vice president of the Soros founded Open Society, participated in Bharat Jodo Yatra. He can be seen with Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi's press briefing on Adani was also a live telecast. Soros founded OCCRP, which Gandhi used as a source to criticize Adani. It shows nothing but their strong and dangerous relations and highlights their attempt to derail Indian economy. So at length, Sagarika, this is how the BJP has been taking on. In fact, when it goes to also informing in detail about the organizational structure as well, where here very much Sonia Gandhi's name can be seen. All of these issues that are now being raised on part of the BJP, calling Sonia Gandhi as the co-president of the FDL-AP Foundation, which according to the BJP is an organization linked and financed by the George Soros Foundation, which says in an attempt to derail even when it comes to economic and also on a global platform when it comes to the image of India is concerned and to spread unrest. However, this is a matter where the Congress party has been dismissing all of these allegations.
Right. And the